We've got a river in store for you in this one. A top 10 showdown early in the season. A measuring stick game in one of both these teams. Welcome to another bigger and better thing. Welcome everyone to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricane. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Nebraska 400. Taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Miami Hurricane. Freeway Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Holland, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Be looking forward to it all week. And Austin Freeman to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's coming. The decision to bring it out the end zone was not a good one. Here's why this was so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. They get a chance to prove it. Like, they get a chance to see who are the beats on the squad. It's always fun early in the season. It's going to be fun to play what these teams are about. On good competition to know their great takes.
Let's see good against good and find out what they are.
Find his way running the sort of stop and he's got it again. His way for 3 to 33.
And
those bodies are always really good. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, even in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard damage just because their body building. Well, that was the quarterback being a little bit more to give this guy a chance to make the play. I thought it was an explosive and then his target's 5.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Moving away from pressure. On the run deep down the right side. He's got it on the sideline. They'll get it down to nothing. He's down to 39. These two guys just on the same wave. They make much connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know
Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And this defense has their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one runs in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays on the side right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to be better at the back end of this.
Going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. Try to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TF out.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on 2nd down. And he really wants to step out. No need to take an unnecessary hit. And the Hurricanes in a hurry up. On third and long, he's going to lose a yard from that. This offense has moved into press territory, and they want to keep it on. They'll go for it on fourth down. He's not coming here. Stops on fourth down.
Listen, no problem being aggressive on the field. Consequences now you have the defense go down. So you can't do it.
Trying to be aggressive.
Defense,
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that to the outside a little too early, and as a result,
Looking for a minute. It's Thompson. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Moving past the 25. He gets the job done. Picking up the first down. Getting down.
yeah, I think you're just
seeing the experience this guy, right? He's so initially flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open,
and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away.
He's not starting really. He just knows
where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed.
It's first and 10 from the 30-31. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. That's real in. It's Washington. Really nice pickup there. They have it out to the 44 with the first down.
Great
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down the sky,
and then
throwing the ball.
Looking for again. It's Lee. And that's a very productive first down play of second and 3.
So it's plays like that that help this offense stay in the ball game. I mean, if you can make that successful first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
In the middle, it's Lee. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
That's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability to do it.
The Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He's going to take off. He's got it. They've got it inside the 30. They're marking it with 28 as the first down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. And again, we see the plays, we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. We made it look pretty nice.
In the air, it's Thompson. Buys a little time. His heel against the touchdown pass, and he never had a chance.
Quarterbacks, you see going down, you're starting to get him on the move. If you want to make a play right now, even play, just stand up. They can lose. It is not good. A good swing stick on it. It's two things you have to think about on one play.
And they'll give it up for the first down, and now things will come to a close here in the first quarter. It has been tough defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Action on first down. Using his feet to buy time.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense in your red zone, they're trying to back the field goal rate. The only way you do that is by
Like, we can go to the place and place that aside. It'll be second down, and they can pick up the first without scoring. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And there was no really just stopping his tracks in the field. That one spectacular play by that defensive end would come out with the back of there. You see those guys get off the football so fast. This is probably 250 to 275. They get off the ball low. And the offensive line, they have no trail to stop those guys as quick as things to go. He's going to come up with the line game. And they'll send it up the field goal. They're doing it in the left side. This is that angle. Keeper good right again. It's good. Fancy training. Just a jump shot. I'm not trying to feel how they have a great game this year. Here comes the hurricane. He's looking to get through a little bit of strength. Gonna run it. It's for him. Be smart, patient, increasing refuses in on that to get to 29. The Hurricanes are in a hurry up. They'll try to run it. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all nothing to say for that part. Quarterback making checks. They'll try to pick up the first from here. Unleashes one. On target. Really nice things. He's coming out to make this is taking him such a run because he can line up that time spurts in his against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target on the top. There's a decent game there before the defense makes the stop. He's going to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator. Run the ball like that every day. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes he goes to the 39. It's making life miserable for opposing quarterbacks the way Trev Alberts always did. It's just finding a guy that can sniff out the quarterback and kind of feel it, have those instincts. You could tell he saw it, went and got it, just like your boy Trev Alberts.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you have to turn it lead speed. It's complete.
And how about that? Always been inexplicably. And they just want to give this guy a chance.
They were play on third down, and more time than not,
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So we definitely want to highlight it, and especially on those downs that matter the most, except not that he should they'll make those contested catches. Well, the quarterback is doing this how he gets man-to-man coverage. So then you see his speed, his little across the field, get separation on the DB trying to trail him, and Chukach turns it upfield for the first.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. And the Canes started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Looking for the and this will be a big hit here for second down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple of matches in this game, that's a good omen for the restart.
What do you want to do here on second and long? Might be calling a hot route. Lost the throw again.
Great thing about spreading a defense out, I can see where the blitz is coming. I can see my matchups. Nice job
out of y'all both.
spreading them out, taking advantage of their matchup, getting in for the score.
And with the extra point, they get to the second of the game. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connor's studio.
He's going to find a score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Ole Miss dazzled in just about every phase of the game, and for a program that's turned out even big receivers from DK Metcalf to A.J. Brown, I think we may have seen the next great run of Memphis today. Oh, that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Devin, thanks for that. How did you think they had to do
That's your goal. Separate and try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really make him something to think about. Physically jar that football, knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Now,
Madden receivers like to get to them. They just don't. One thing about them, that's what they are, that's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he's expecting the football. He's going to put a foot to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
That's cool. It's Lee. All the way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds and is on the move. The Cornhuskers will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Tollefson. Finds his big tight end. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. They'll test the right side. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Huskers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over.
Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got it burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. They'll try to pound their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskers!
Every coach in the country talks about finishing half strong. Man, how about that? You get the touchdown, a chance to tie this game up and take all the momentum into halftime.
And the extra point is good. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Carr. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's moving out of the pocket.
hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the QB leaves the pocket and he scrambles out and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football with the relentless chase. I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
Looking for a deep man. He's got it on the outside. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Wants to go up top on first down. Gonna take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Canes will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweak. There he goes. Gets it past the first down marker and still running.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again. Release to the back. With the catch, it's Lee. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. They'll run it. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Oh, they're after him! And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
That's the game it's kind of been. It's been a defensive struggle on both sides, and it's kind of like a tennis match. Which team and which offense is going to be able to break serve? That time, poor job in pass protection. The quarterback has got to find a way to get rid of that football and not take the negative play. But this has been a defensive war so far.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Hunt is on its way. That is coverage just the way you draw it up. Don't even let it get started, and they knock him down deep in his own end. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. He lets one fly deep. Makes the grab down the right side. He's loose. Past the 20. Touchdown, Miami. They take the lead with the 6.
And that's the exact opposite of what this defense drew up in the locker room. You want to stop giving up explosive plays. You want to play deep, make the offense earn it. But play one, they put the ball in the air, down the field. DB can't make a play. Not only that, the run after the catch, a disastrous start for this defense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board, just like that. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking for a man. It's Tollefson. Throws to the tight end. Working that left side. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend it.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity.
Turning it on! They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. The Huskers getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the tight end. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds in the 29. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers, it freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
The Cornhuskers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Knocked down after a short game, but enough to move those chains.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On 4th down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. And the Huskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
You know about this running back's versatility. He's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Third and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Looking downfield, it's Tollefson. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. Perfectly thrown ball. Nice catch. Good tackle, but it's 1st and goal from the 5.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Running back looking for the end zone to the left. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Carr. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth all tied up. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Blue. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. You open a drive like that, and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38. Got it in the middle. It's Carr. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking for a crease. It's Blue. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
He might want another play. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got his man on the right. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Let's see what they've got on second down. They go to the ground. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Kick the field goal from here. It's a 51-yarder. Get a few on third down, and life is much better. Looking to throw for it. Bring in the heat. Plows through the defense. The Canes are moving quickly down the field. Let's go! Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And the Hurricanes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense. We got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
The Hurricanes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Takes a handoff. It's Blue. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense, getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the tight end. Here's the handoff. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Snagged out of the air. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
Guys, this is the kind of finish we hoped for. Tie game. Offense with a chance to grab the lead in the waning moments. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Kane! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Well, it's a great job executing by the offense to get that touchdown. I think you kick the extra point right now, make it a 7-point game with only seconds to go.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From inside the 10, here he comes. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Tollefson. Here's a throw downfield late. Fires a bullet, now it's picked off.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you've got to score, you've got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost him.
The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that. Every time you go into the booth, I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers. playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.